Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. I feel a bit dirty after that because that was a gross mismatch and not something that really should be seen too often. Hughie Fury outclasses and stops the hapless Chris Norrad in the second round of their fight in Manchester. It was really a bit of a waste of time, and after the fight Hughie Fury said, "This level was easy for me. I'm ready for anyone, hopefully a better fight next time." And really, it was easy for him. As soon as the opening bell went, you knew that this was all one-way traffic. Norrad, he looked like a novice. He was defensive from the start, circling, trying to stay away from Hughie Fury, who's not exactly a noted puncher, and it looked like Hughie Fury was about 65 levels above Norrad's level. And for that first round, it was pretty much like target practice, and it may have even ended in the first round hadn't it have been for a couple of things like a rabbit punch that Fury was warned for, and then later a blow that landed slightly low. And that sort of broke up the rhythm of the round. Norrad, incredibly lucky to get out of the first round, but second round, not so lucky. Fury, who basically was picking his spots, taking his time, looking extremely confident because the guy in front of him was just completely overmatched, overawed, and really didn't bring anything to the table. He might have landed like one or two jabs during the whole fight. Just complete mismatch. Gross mismatch. And it brings me back to something I raised ahead of this fight. Why were they looking to pitch him in against this level of opponent? Because clearly, for a televised fight, and this was free to air in the UK, you would have hoped for someone better. And I think the TV executives might be sort of putting the hard word on for next time. Come on, this sort of level of fight and the action is not really good enough, because if you were watching as a casual fan, even a casual observer, tuning into that would have seen from the outset, look, this isn't a competitive fight. What am I watching here? This guy's just going to blast him out. And so we saw it. In the second round, Fury landing body shots, pretty much whatever it will. Early in that round, he lands a right hand, softens Norrad up, and then there's another right hand follows up. And there was some question about whether it was around the back of the head. It certainly looked around the side of the head. But Norrad sort of sinks to his knees, doesn't look like he wants to continue. He vaults to his feet on 9, but the referee just waves it off. And he did beat the count. That was clear, but the ref waves it off. It was later announced that he didn't beat the count. So whatever, that situation was, I'm not going to get too much into it because it was going to be over pretty soon after that anyway. So maybe a premature stoppage, but maybe it was more a mercy stoppage for Norrad because completely hapless in there. It shouldn't have been in there, and Hughie Fury really has no business fighting guys of that level. So let's hope it is a better opponent next time. Peter Fury, his trainer, said that we didn't really get to see much because Fury was landing early, and that's kind of a massive understatement. And he went on to say that Norrad had nothing to offer, which we knew ahead of the fight, which begs the question, why did they make the fight? Which really is a win on his record, a little bit of confidence, but he didn't really get to do much, didn't really get to show his wares because he was dominating from the outset. I mean, it's kind of like some of, a fight you might have against a guy, when you're a prospect and you've got under 5 fights or something like that, and you're facing a complete bunny just to get someone on your record for the experience. It was more like that. But Peter Fury said that Hughie Fury is going to be out again. I think he mentioned September, which if he's going to be fighting 3 more times this year, they're cutting it close to try and get that many fights in. But yeah, what can you say about this? I mean, Hughie Fury gets a win, and apart from that, we didn't really get to learn much. We didn't really get to see much about what he's been working on. They'd spoken about in the lead up to this fight that he was fitter than he'd been before, but we didn't really get to see him push to any extent to see what sort of benefit had he had. He was quite light for this fight, only weighing in at 221 pounds, which is, it's quite light for a heavyweight. So yeah, Hughie Fury gets the win here in a gross mismatch, and you'd hope there will be a better opponent next time because that was just completely farcical. What did you make of it all? Drop a comment loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.